So welcome to Aroka Media. My name is Millicent Aroka and this is our show, Impact. Today I'm so happy, to have in studio a man that has a lot to do with the revolution of music in this country. His name is Engineer Woud Pheobe. That's what we know, but today we'll be finding out, does he have a name that we do not know about? But thank you so much for finding time for us.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's such an honor. It's been years, man.
It's been longer than my long person.
He could double up as a comedian as well. But anyway, he's made it here, and I'm so grateful actually that you found your way here, because I know that this is a really busy time for you, especially now that we have such a big day. Is it the Azimio? Yeah, and I know you for being such a producer, so I'm sure that you're having something, coming for us on that day. What's cooking?
Actually, that day is Baba's Day.
Yeah.
And we were just there to support and also to entertain Baba's guests. And in the process of entertaining also, we passed the message of the Azimio la Umoja. Yeah, where we are talking about usawa, utubora, umoja, uzalishaji, and the use of Baba. And so we as artists we will be playing a role. Yeah, and one of the roles is using music to unite Kenyans, because like the song I was working on today is a song that will be sung by Luo artists and Kikuyu artists.
Wow.
We're trying to extend that handshake. You see?
We're already climbing the hill.
Yeah, and also in order to show that as a Mila Umoja, by them coming together, we are trying also to pass that message that it is possible in Inawezekana. Kumbuka slogan ya Baba ni
Inawezekana. Yes.
And so being the super producer that I am, number one super producer.
I'm telling you.
The award-winning producer.
Wachana nayo, and just for those who might not know about it, and we wanted to talk about it later, but it's just come out, is that he's even got the head of state commendation. How was that?
It's awesome, but it makes me like look behind where I've come from. And I just echo the words of Peter Nyong'o that all dreams are valid regardless of where you are born.
Yes.
So for me to see that I can be honored, it's such an honor with the president. I can get back the life I've grown into, and then the struggles I've gone through, the ridicule that I've gone through when trying to build Luo music from where it was to where it is now.
Yes.
Because I've been hated and loved in equal measures.
Of course. When you're hated, it actually tells you that you're doing a good job. If no one is hating on you, you need to be worried.
Yeah, so, but all in all, I felt blessed and honored, and I thank God for that. And I also remembered one woman in my life, my late mother. I wish she was here, because it's because of her efforts and what she taught me to be, that has made me to be working this much hard and also support others through what I'm able to do. And that is what actually God has rewarded.
Now, talking about your mother, as it is already, among the Kikuyu culture, we are used to, men being called John wa Gadoni or something. And now, in the Luo culture, I think I saw this guy who is called Breezy Anchild, and then there's you also, Engineer Woud Pheobe. And Woud Pheobe has really gone so far. For those who might not know, Woud Pheobe means the son of Phoebe.
Yeah.
And oh, it's there as well. Beautiful. So, could you just tell us a little about that? The fact that you decided that the name that was going to be known so much out there in your artistic world was going to be one that calls you by your mama's name. Must mean she's so special. Tell us a little about that.
My mom was an awesome woman. She was an epitome of beauty and good heart combined in one person. You know, and the way she used to do her things as a single mother, because the moment your husband dies, you become a single mother,
Yes.
a widow, you know. But she worked so hard, and she made sure that we, the children, I'm the first one, we, the children, will not sleep hungry. And even if there was nothing to feed on, he'll make sure he counts to something that we can share.
Wow.
You know. But unfortunately, she died before I became Engineer Woud Pheobe. I was still struggling in life. I was still working for people. I used to do houseboy works, you know, in different places. And so when she passed on, that time I was working as a casual worker in Nazareth University in Rongai. So I was not able to give her a life that a son would give to a mother when he's now a grown up.
Now you really wish.
Yeah, so when she passed on, I felt so sad, you know. I felt like my life has come to a stop, you know, to an end. Because she was my biggest inspiration. She used to encourage me a lot. And she had high hopes in me. My mom would wake up in the morning and the first prayer item is the son, you know, the firstborn. Even the day she was dying, she told everyone that was there, not to bury me if my son is not here. You know. And so when God opened my ways through music, I felt that the only way I would honor this woman is to use her name as an artist.
That's so beautiful.
So that's why I decided to use Wuod Phoebe.
Wow.
At least I never wanted to forget her in my life, and I want to associate all my success
with her.
That's why I'm Wuod Phoebe. So anytime I mention she's there, if the president says Wuod Phoebe has won this and award, they mention her. Before I go, actually it is her that.
Before you.
Yeah.
So who are you?
I'm the son
now that we only know about that, but in your ID, what's the name there? You know?
I have a very long name, longer than the SGR.
Let's know it today.
Yeah.
Give me the honor.
You want to know?
Yes.
Bring your phone. Actually, you go to M-Pesa.
When you give me the number.
When there's M-Pesa there,
yes.
there is send money. So send money there, you put my number.
And then I'll get to see.
And then my number is very sensitive. From 5,000 and above, it will bring my real name.
Or about 10,000 bob. I
tell you, but do I say? But all in all, I'm John Eric Ocheng.
Wow, John Eric Ocheng.
When my mama gave back to me, she called me Eric Ocheng. Okay?
Then you added John. I
added John because I loved Syrian, and then I realized John was the most beloved disciple of Jesus. And the way my life was growing, I felt like God loves you so much. So I added that John. Eric. And then when I went to get an ID, I added a cool father's name, you know. So I'm John Eric Ocheng.
Beautiful. At least I have something so many people don't have already. So that's really beautiful. Now, there's something about you that not many people know about. We know you as a producer, but what people do not know is that you actually changed the beat of music in this land. And especially Luo music, I would say, although now it has now traversed to even more than just
it's now in the mainstream.
It's now the mainstream, yes. You brought a different beat to Ohangla, for example. And I'd just like you to tell us a little about that, because it revolutionized music in Kenya from what we knew of the Tony Nyadundos to now what we have with the Prince Inda and the like. Could you just tell us about that?
You know, I'm still young in the music industry. Forget about the speedy growth. But in terms of age and experience, most of these artists, even the one we consider upcoming, they're more experienced than me, because they've been into the industry for over 15 years, 10 years, and me right now this is my 6th year.
Yes.
And realize they've been hustling, but they have not made it, you know. Yeah. So when I came into this, actually, you know me, I grew in church, so I didn't know anything about secular music. Even the artists themselves, I didn't know their names. And so when I got to the music industry, it's funny how I started singing, you know. secular music. It was never my intention. But you know, they say money. Money, 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 money. One day, a young lady walks into my life and tells me, my brother is a politician, he has all the money, but he's not known. And only through music he can be known.
Could you do a beat?
Could you look for a musician? Because she knew me as a producer, I was not a musician.
Yes.
Can you help us get a musician who can do a good song for him that he can use to campaign? So I asked her, how much is your brother willing to give? Because all I didn't know, I was just thinking,
yes,
maybe they take 100,000, 200,000. Then she told me, my brother has got no problem with money. In fact, I want to introduce you to him so that you take the business from there, you talk to him from there also. So we were introduced, we talk on phone, and then like this guy blah blah blah. And when I heard
the figure,
by the time I got into my house, I already composed a song.
You almost sang it.
I had composed already. By the time I got to my house, I had composed. By the time the cock crows in the morning, I had recorded. Remember, it's my studio. It's in the house.
So you did the singing?
I did the singing, but I didn't tell him. I did the singing and everything. When the song came out, it was loved. Bella, of course. Bella. And then this guy from radio, you people started pushing me. Oh, Musa Juma died. Now we have
you.
See Musa Juma in you.
Yes.
We'll do another song. And then I did Medodo, I did Weekendo Chopo, then I did Martha Pondi. Before I knew it, you have to open a band. What? I'm doing what you are telling me.
Yeah.
Then before I knew it, I had planned for an album launch.
And I know we can be very pushy.
And the launch was so big. And the people that came, I was like, hi.
So you mean this thing is this big? I've been sleeping on the job.
Yeah. And that was December 18th, 2015. And I joined the band and the first album. That is around 16 days to the new year, to 2016. And then come 2016, January 1st, I was just playing with my keyboard and I'm doing a freestyle singing Anjalu and I'm recording. And then little did I know, I'm doing one of the songs that's now gonna open my doors and my ways to international rank.
Wow.
And then Nyajalu Nyapa Marateko came out. The song became so big, that I could have done anything that I could handle. But then, along the line, I used to listen to the music that was playing on our radios. The handlers, Sansana the handlers.
Yes.
And I used to darau them so much.
Yeah, I know you're such a rumba person.
And then I'm a fine pianist. I play romantic piano chords, something that one can work with a lady, and then if they came as enemy, they go back as, lovers, and they can even say, yes, I do, and get married.
Yes.
But then I used to listen to the music playing on radio, and I'm like, do these people here, but these people don't know how to play keyboard. They're just playing their own things. The chord progression, it was not that soothing to me, because of the knowledge I had in, playing the piano. So I said, in case I become a producer, I never knew to be a producer then. In case I become a producer, I'll have to change all these so that these people can play quality music with the beats that can win the heart, soothe the soul.
Wow.
Something that if one listens, they can connect to and resonate with. You get the point? And so this young man walks into my studio. They're looking for help, and then I started to record for them their first Angola music. They did 3 songs, and before
you had already changed that beat. You gave that.
That's why I started. Yeah.
Yes.
That's why I started. Before I knew it, within 1 week, the boy was a big hit from nowhere.
Wow.
Kofi Makadori.
Kababa, I love
so he's
that
becoming
song.
A big artist, and
God loved it. My goodness.
And then they started coming. All the artists one after another. They came Musa, Inda, Emma, and that's how Barikio Studio was born.
Wow. And most of the people know about Prince Inda and all that, but just for someone who does not know much about this, could you just mention a few of those songs that you've done with your artists?
There are so many.
Yeah, I just want a few. Like through this year, I was just the bomb.
Yeah, through this year, Kofi Makadori. Musa Jakadala Yaremo, Prince Ada HSC, Majalamo, Utrembo, Elisha Toto Shule, all those hit songs, Johnny Junior, Nyoremo, Dola Kabari, Lumamonga, Usitoka.
You brought everyone to the table.
I don't think there's any. Name them the top de la cream in the duo music industry.
Yeah.
We are doing Banga Rumba Wagla.
Yes.
By the grace of God, we've worked together and we've done music.
Yeah. I love the working together because I think it even brought about the fact that you were able to do the music that was used during the Madaraka Day for Kisumu. Could you tell us about that as well?
That was one of my best productions because I got to work with a team,
Yes.
a team of experts, and those who the government has entrusted, these events to them, that the entertainment has to be perfect. So the team from the government, they work in protocol. There's a chain. You do a song here, you give it to your boss. Your boss is a boss, who is another boss, and another boss. And when the work goes up there and then it comes back, no. He must do this and this and this,
Yes.
So I was this happy guy.
So it sharpened you as well.
Yeah, I was this happy guy that where I sit here, what I'm doing is being analyzed. Right from the state house down to that chair, then it comes back to me. I'm the one making what will feed everyone. And then the food is sweet. Oh, this food is delicious. So I felt nice having to work with such a great team from the Permanent Presidential Music Commission, the PPMC, great people with great musical knowledge, and they give you that opportunity to do something that the government, the president will listen to and get entertained and say, wow. So it was an experience of its own. We had to do auditions, and then we brought the artists together. We picked them based on their vocal ability, how their voices can relate. We had different categories of music being brought together, the Afro, the Benga, and then the modern Ohangla, But at the end of the day, up to date, people still say the entertainment at Madaraka Day Kisumu.
Oh, it was wow.
Was wow.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, and so all I can say is thank you, God, that we did what everybody loved.
Did it open other doors? What has been the difference after that?
I think God had opened the gates, so I don't need small doors. God had opened the floodgates, in my life, and so whatever was happening during Madaraka, it was one of the floodgates that God had opened to me, because already, I through this had experienced a lot of breakthroughs, a lot of successes, to the music, being the first Luo producer and Luo Rumba artist to be interviewed by Larry London at the Voice of America in Washington,
I watched that. I watched that. I was so proud.
Yeah,
Yes.
And then I also did another interview in America in another big media there, Sol Kilimanjaro something. It's by Africans, but it's and I really thank God for that. It also opened doors for me. I even met Austin, and went to his church. He welcomed me. We had a talk.
That's so beautiful.
It's beautiful. I met TD Jakes.
Wow. That's amazing.
And what took me to America is this my work, music.
Yes.
You get the point?
Yes.
Yeah. So there are places that this has taken me. I remember when I went to London, UK, when I was doing my first show in London. I went with some of my artists, Musa Jakadala and Igor Banderson.
Yes.
Man, the show was totally sold out.
Wow.
It was fully packed, and people came from all over Europe, not just people in London. People coming from Germany, Sweden, Scotland, Norway. They came specifically for that show.
Amazing.
And it was awesome. It was fully packed. People were standing, no seats. And we could not leave. Time we figured to Malaysia show, people don't want us to go.
They want to bond.
Yeah, so
and a lot of networking as well.
Yeah. And then all along I've done all these works, working with artists and giving many opportunity to make sure they have good quality music, and in the process, some people insult you, call you names, you see bloggers talking shit on social media, but little did I know that God was looking at everything with a special eye.
Yes.
And so came Mashujaa Day 2021 in Kinyaga. I find my name among the people that the president has honored as heroes in this land.
That was just another thing,
Yeah, so
and I
to
love
me,
that level.
that's what was awesome. I received my first gold medal ever in life, you know, from the president of Kenya.
And congratulations.
Thank you, you know.
Yeah.
Certificates, you know, signed. So these are some of the things
kept it somewhere in the
these
house,
are some of the things
you know?
I'll show my grandchildren that you know music is powerful. And now you see all my kids are in music, and I encourage them and I don't fight them.
Talking about grandchildren or whatever, it reminds me about your daughter, you know, who is equally so charming, you know. I remember just a few years ago when we got to know about her being able to sing, you know, Alicia Keys' song, and that was so big. I would love you to tell us a little about her. What's going on with her? I remember at that time you were a little worried about her getting into music, and the fact that you had actually wanted to have her do a little more in education first. So how is that going?
No, it's balanced. We balance the music and education. So she's in school, she's in Form 3, going to Form 4 now. And the music is still going on also. She just released a single, I think 2 months ago. It has over 1 million views right now on YouTube. And be encouraging her because, you know, she's also an inspiration to the younger ones.
Yes.
My kids. You know, she's my first biological child. You know, I have other kids.
Yeah. We'll be talking about your family. Just
So
yes.
I have, she's my first biological child. And she has inspired these other kids. And you see, like today, I just posted like 3 hours ago.
Yes.
Meet my daughter Pendo G. She has her debut single on YouTube. This is not the Amani follow. She also has her new
She
song.
got her confidence.
And everything
my sister can
now.
do it, so I
can do it.
too.
And she's got a beautiful voice. She's such a confident young girl in class 7 right now. And she's doing good. And the rest also are just following to their footsteps. My son, Barikio, tells me, you know, that Barikio studio is mine. You are just my servant. Whose name is in that studio? It's my name.
Tell us more about that family. You know, the people who don't know what Phoebe is married. Tell us about your family.
Yeah, I have a beautiful family with wonderful kids. Actually, I've got around 9 children. Yeah.
1 mama, 2.
I'm an African man.
Yes.
Don't ask the mothers. The father is important.
I just want you to tell me it's not 1 woman having all these children.
The father is what is important. Yes. But believe you me, I have 9 kids.
Yes.
In my setup,
yes,
some kids have adopted. Some are biological. So my first...
Oh, that's why you started by saying my biological. Now I get it.
Yes. Yeah. But my firstborn son, who is right now is doing masters in economy, is a graduate already. He graduated June this year, but he's continuing. He wants to have a PhD and everything.
Yes.
He's also a basketballer. He's based in Europe.
Wow.
He's in Sweden, yeah. And then you go down. He's 26 right now.
Yeah.
You go down to the last child, Barikio is 7. Yeah. Then I have a second daughter who is also in university doing nurse, you know. And then I have another son going to Form 4, Mani going to Form 4.
Wow.
I have 2 in class 7. Then I have the lower ones.
You guys are Father Abraham. But we love it. That's really beautiful.
Yeah, and
children are a gift, you know.
Yeah, they're blessings from God, and we thank God. And I thank God that all my kids are gifted and blessed in their own, ability and in their own fields. They're doing what they love. I have a footballer. I have musicians. I have a basketballer. You see?
Wow.
Yeah, so
Quite something in this future generation.
which I thank God for.
Wow.
And then looking at my background and stuff, I have the best family in Texas around me. I have the best family around me.
I'm loving that.
And I thank God for them. I have 2 wives, and I thank God for them. Beautiful women, educated, well-mannered, from good backgrounds, and it's the work of God.
That's really cool. Now, let's talk about music in Africa. Just the other day, we had Eric Omondi saying we are doing badly. Most of the times, we look at the Nigerians and all that. Why is music in Kenya not selling? What do you think is the problem?
Music is influenced by culture. Each and every country has a society that is related to a certain culture. Like Tanzania, we have the Swahili culture generally.
Yeah.
Muziki taratibu, tarab, muziki taratibu, tarab, right? And then they revolutionize it, and then they got a common name for any music coming in that region, bongo flavor. You get the point?
Yes.
So whether mtu anafanya hip hop ya huko kwao kitanzania, lakini ana bongo flavor, the umbrella is bongo flavor. Shaelewa?
Yes.
Utapata Diamond anafanya collabo ya Lingala na Koffi Olomide ama Fally Ipupa, lakini ametoa kwa umbrella ya bongo flavor. So they have an identity that they are pushing to the outside world. You get the point? When we come back to Kenya, even if you go to Nigeria, the Afro pop they're doing, the culture that brings them together has defined the English to pidgin English. And so every musician in Nigeria, as much as they love English, but they throw in their pidgin English so that every tribe and culture in Nigeria can blend with that.
We watch it even in the movies.
Music, even the movies. You get
now
the point.
BBC has that.
Yes,
Pidgin,
you get the point. Now, look at that. You come back to Kenya. We have 40 more tribes. And each and every tribe, each and every tribe has their own style of music. Mjaluo ataimba muziki taratibu, anajua kudance pole pole. Mule atakuja na mapega. Mkale atakuja na yake. Masai atakuja kiruka hii.
We are not united into something.
There's nothing that unites us together. And so the only music that can unite a few Kenyans together is music ya vijana. But the vijana pia, kila mtu anakuja na yake. Kuna genge, kuna genge tone, kuna kapuka, kuna, So the different categories of music that will now bring us together as a society become so hard. You get the point? So pushing that music has been left for local radio stations. We have our Kales to push Mozakale to our Canadian brothers. We have Luo radio stations, they play Luo music, they push it to them.
Yes.
And Luo brothers. But you'll never find a radio in Tanzania or in Nigeria play Nigerian music, but then they have a station where they drop Wangala music by Woud Pheobe or by Enda. But here utapata Ramogi, Mayenga, all our Luo radio stations. They play Luo, but in the end of the day they play Congolese music, Nigerian music. You get the point?
A lot of that.
So we get to listen to this other music from other countries through our own. You get the point? Yeah. So I think what Eric Omondi is doing is also right. So that let's play our music, regardless of which language the song is sung on. If you are in an English broadcast radio, you are in Kenya, play local Kenyan music, whether they have sung in Swahili, English, Luo,
The other bit
challenging.
of making it 70%, you think that's good?
75, it's good.
Yes.
Because by playing our music also on radio, we have royalties
Yes.
that come in through. So when you do that, you are building the local artist. You get the point? Yeah, it's one thing to do an audio, it's another thing to do the video. Video is a little bit costly, But if you promote these songs, people listen to them, they can sell through skills accords, royalties they get from copyrights, boards and everything. One can get returns and then say, now what I've gotten from this, let me now invest in another video so that also my YouTube channel can bring me funds. You get the point?
Yeah, two things. About unifying this music, okay? I saw the other day Prince Inda had a song is done with Bahati and stuff like that. Do you think that could help us have some sort of a beat or something that could unify us? So that it's not a hangla, it's not, the Bahati kind of music, but there is some fusion in there somewhere.
I once came up with an idea, which I tried sharing on my Facebook page, and this idea someone very senior advised me from the Kenya Army Band, the Maroon Commandos.
Yes.
And he told me, "What Phoebe, you are a voice in the music industry. Why don't artists in Kenya come under one umbrella of an identity, so that regardless of what kind of music you do, but you identify yourself
It's a Kenyan thing.
The Kenyan thing."
Yes.
And he told me the name Benga is something that we can identify ourselves, because it's something that originates from the east of Africa. So why don't we have one umbrella? Let's say like we have Bongo flavor, we have Benga flavor
For Kenya.
for Kenya.
Yes.
And then whatever you do, whether you blend it, you put it the way you want to put it, but the umbrella we are building and pushing
Is
to the outside world is we are doing Benga flavor. Kila mtu alikuja na yake. And the critics criticize it, do what, and say people don't really understand what you're trying to talk about, Tell them. I give an example. We have a group of schools and we have a school.
Yes.
You get the point? You'll find the group of schools, they have one common name, like Riara group of schools.
Yeah.
But they're in different locations, different teachers, different ed boys, and principals or ed teachers, But the common goal is we are educating our kids to have good results at the end of the day and have a better life. So if we had a common name for all our different group of musics that we do, then sell that brand now, push that name to the outside world.
Yes.
I think we'll have a name. So that when any music comes from Kenya, plays in a local radio anywhere outside the borders, they'll say, this is Benga flavor from Kenya. From Kenya. But we are so stingy to tumeleta kabila mpaka kwa muziki. Na muziki kikawa siasa. And that's why I decided to concentrate on building the Ohangla brand. And right now it's getting the mainstream media.
Yeah.
And that's why these other artists from other places are looking for our artists who are doing Ohangla to do collab with them.
Yes.
Because they're seeing how there's a big following, people are following them.
Yeah.
And they're living well, some are investing.
Yeah.
So they say, hii muziki nafanya poa iko na following, and every musician knows they wanataka followers.
Yes.
So the reason why they come and do collab with them, because they want to consolidate fans and also sell the image and identity to this group of fans who love this other kind of music. So for me, that kind of collaboration is very good because they consolidate the fans. But what are fans where Bahati wamekuja kwa Inda huko wamediscover Inda, kwa Inda pia wameenda wamediscover. And then if one person had a problem with Bahati, how he sings,
but they love it.
But they love it, and now they begin to love. You get the point?
Yes.
And that's how now the industry begins to grow and the networking in Endelea.
Okay.
But I believe we are on the right path. Rico Mondi pushed the notice, and he served 2 MPs, Papavino and Jaguar, and I believe they do something. But I think it's a wake-up call even for artists that we should push and advocate for 75% airplay of our local music.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me talk about this because you've been and you probably are still in the gospel.
I am.
In the gospel industry because we knew you with gospel fast, and then of course you got into this, and there's been a lot of talk that the gospel industry is suffering, and you've seen many people actually get out of gospel and come back to secular. What could be going on? You being in there, because that shouldn't also be going down.
For me, I believe gospel is a calling.
Uh-huh.
It's not business. It's a calling. And if it's a calling, it's upon you to trust God to make a provision when you are in His mission. You get the point? But it depends on what motivated you or what persuaded you into being a gospel artist in the first place. If you got into it because of someone, or you wanted to be like somebody out there, then you're bound to fail. Yeah, or for the money, then you're bound to fail. But if you went into it and you applied the principal guidelines that Jesus gave us in the Bible, that seek ye the kingdom of God first, and all these other things shall be added unto you, then the story becomes different because you are serving. But as you serve, you believe God will bring a provision when you are in His mission. You get the point?
Yes.
But then again, me, I would say I've shifted from gospel to secular. I'm still in gospel.
Yes.
It depends on how.
It's only that you're now producing more of,
Yeah. And people even confuse. I've never had, or I've never known how people differentiate between secular and the gospel music. I don't know where the which line, with the line that separates the two. You get the point? Because music is something that gladdens the heart. In music there is good news. You listen to something, you feel nice. You get the point? Hakuna mtu alisikiza muziki akawa mgonjwa. And I've never had someone as an allergy to music. If I niko vinyo to makisa muziki mwili yake inafura. Unaona? I've never seen or heard someone like that. But what I know, everything that we are doing, the message that we are passing there is good news. It's good message. And what is the word gospel? The gospel means good news. So to me, what our artists are doing, they're spreading the gospel. Enda is spreading the gospel according to Prince Eng. Wuod Pheobe is spreading the gospel according to Wuod Pheobe. And that is why even when the disciples were sitting together with Jesus, walking left, right, centers, they evangelize, as they see Jesus does the things he was doing. But everyone was understanding them in their own way. And when the inspiration came to write the Bible, Matthew, the gospel according to St. Matthew. The gospel according to John.
So as long as the music is inspiring and it's teaching.
Yes, it's teaching.
I think we need to look more into, can our music teach? There was a time when we had, music that you actually wonder, whose studio did they record
There are
that?
four things people must not forget about in the music industry. Music can educate,
Yes.
can entertain, can persuade, and can inspire. Music educate in that you talk about a certain message or a topic that you want to bring forth in your own revelation, how you get it as an artist. Who said that whatever I've sung is perfect and that is what should be applied? I'm a human being.
Yes.
Okay? But it is just a wisdom and that talent that God has given to put it in a way that people can relate to it and say yes. Okay? So I'm a teacher as a musician. I'm an entertainer. At times with some of my words, I've not come to teach. I've come to entertain.
Yes.
You get the point? And that is why you listen to some songs like a packaging, Simple Pangwimbi. These are the songs that will entertain. Because a musician is an entertainer and then a teacher. So maybe I've chosen to be in line of entertaining, not teaching. Are you getting my point?
Yes.
Yeah? And then I also say music is for persuasion, to persuade. Now, what do I mean by that? You become a star when you do your music, whether you're teaching or entertaining, and then some people say, hey, mimi nataka tu nikuwe kama nani. I want to be a musician like so and so. Oh, I love him. He's my role model. Now you are persuading somebody. You get the point? And then I said also, music is for the fourth one was to inspire, inspiration. At inspiration, you find that someone amekuwa so motivated until anakuangalia as an ambassador.
Yeah.
You represent a certain plight of a group of people, or you represent something in the society. So you inspire them so much to that music. You get the point? But then there's a fifth one that after doing all these four, this fifth one is what will determine, how others view you outside there. Music is business. Does it bring money? Does it pay you? Are you enjoying being a celebrity, a teacher, and all being an inspire? Because you cannot do this and you are broke.
Yeah.
You cannot inspire when you are not being inspired.
Yeah.
You cannot persuade when you are not being persuaded. You cannot entertain people when you are not getting entertained yourself.
Yeah.
You get the point? So the business side of it is what now
also huge.
Makes you the person that you're supposed to be. You get the point? And this is where now in a fail mostly. You have talent to come into music, but you don't know how to make that art business. And so you wonder, what will make aje or does wengine wakiminati? Oh, no. It's just you've not crafted your act so well to understand how you're gonna turn all this glory music into cash.
What's our way forward musically as a country? What can be done? As a producer, you must be knowing certain things that, from what you've been doing and your productions and everything, there must be, that one thing or things that you feel, as a country, I feel we need to do this more. Whether it's about royalties, whether it's about what is it?
What will grow our music, first of all, is to love our culture and accept that this is what our artists can give us because of our different cultures. You get the point? So, first of all, we love it. When you give birth to a child, if the child come out disabled, you will still love the child because it's your child. You will not throw it away. You will not go to the neighbor, take the neighbor's child and begin breastfeeding because the neighbor's kid looks awesome. No. You'll breastfeed your own. You get the point? So first of all,
we actually call it now you're abled differently. My son is abled differently, my daughter.
So the first of all, what we must do is support and love our own. Accept it and appreciate it.
Yes.
By doing that, the artists will be motivated. When they're motivated, they work hard to give you the best from what you have appreciated.
Yes.
You get the point? When we do the best, the corporate also should come in and begin supporting our artists, giving us endorsements, giving us advertisements, supporting our shows. You get the point?
Yes.
When they do that, we feel motivated. We work hard. You get the point? Because you work hard, your followers on social media, your accounts are verified. But hakuna kampuni inaweza kuja bwana to use your platform even to give you something to advertise for them. You get the point?
Yes.
So we begin to appreciate our own, accept, love, support them. Corporates will come in, then the bodies that have been put in place by government to help with collecting of royalties and governing copyrights and everything should make sure they are faithful and they give artists their due earnings. You get the point?
You guys have been complaining a lot.
We never get anything. Me, since I got to music, I've never gotten a coin from M6K, even a single coin. I've never.
It's that bad.
You hear money coming, 100 millions, over hundreds of millions, and then you hear people are given 2,500 by M-Pesas. Some of us who are stakeholders in this industry, we don't see it.
At all.
Never even a coin. So you wonder, who are these people? You get the point?
Some joke, right?
Yeah, so also the Kenya Copyright Board, Kekobo, should also come in and try to fight for the rights of the artist. then artists should speak out. They should never be silent. They should speak out and have our legislatures, bring in bills that will support and advocate for the right of wasanii on their earnings and everything.
When Eric Omondi went out there speaking for you guys were not
Eric
there.
Omondi alitaka kujionyesha, involve people. Me is my friend, he never told me I'm planning to do this. I saw it on social media. He never called me.
So you went alone because
he wanted to be alone. That's the truth. Maybe it was cloud chasing or what. He had a brilliant idea, which is 100% right on fighting for 70%.
But you guys were not involved.
But we were not involved.
Okay.
I never knew about it.
But you are okay with the idea?
Idea is brilliant. I love it. If you ask me, we'll go. But we'll have to sit down, follow the right channels first, instead of going to demonstrate on the street. Music is the best tool to use to demonstrate. You can sing, it will reach even who is in their bedrooms or sitting rooms. Through music, they will listen. Artists can decide to come together and do one song about play Kenya
music.
Yes, and we can do a big song and we push for it. They will listen to it. And they say, man, we have to play.
Wow.
You get the point? There are ways to do something.
Before I let you go, we are heading to an election. And just like you said, music is used to persuade people. This is actually the time when we usually have those hit songs that, push people towards, the parties and all that. And music is actually used to show people how to identify their good leaders and all that. What would you say about the music industry and our coming elections? Are you guys doing something to remind us of the kind of leaders that we need to be electing, or what to look for in leadership or stuff like that?
Like I told you, we have bodies that deals with election, that deals with the human rights and everything. Now these bodies, that the people should come and support artists and give them endorsements, to speak over such things, through music. That will motivate musicians. You get the point? But why should I fight for people who are not interested on what they get? They don't even know your name. It's expensive even to go in the studio. You get the point? I cannot take my own money. I'm going to the studio to sing a song that should be managed and taken care of by a certain body, NGO or parastatal in the government, that should handle such and pay me as an artist to do that. So most artists will do whatever they'll do, but they don't do sing political songs because they are hopeful maybe the person they're singing or mentioning will give them something. So it's like gambling. You get the point?
Yeah, but can't we, just do it for us? Do it for the country. Do it to teach the people, not quite for the NGOs or something like that.
This thing should begin before elections. These bodies should use musicians, bring them on board, all stakeholders, and we don't have to be singing songs because the election is coming tomorrow.
Yeah.
We need to create a safe haven. We need to make a society a place worth living, and enjoying.
Where you teach people
and,
don't love corruption.
Yes, and we should do it on a daily basis until we become a society that does not need supervision.
Yeah.
You get the point? And
So
when election comes, we don't have, to waste time on now, ukabila ni mbaya, do this.
All of a sudden we are
now say we've all become ambassadors in our nation.
Yeah.
Peace. Yet these other times after elections, chuki ni ile, corruption ni ile, vita ni ile. We should leave the talk on daily basis. So the reason why I can never come with such songs during elections, that's being a hypocrite to me.
I told you I was going to ask you two things. This second part is about what we used to have in the past, and that was Radio Taifa and KBC English service. We were all listening to the same radio station, and when I look back at the kind of music that we had, we were listening to the same, and somehow there was a lot of message in that kind of music, teaching us about agriculture. I remember Amka, Kumepambazuka tena, it would always remind Kenyans, get out there and work, we would have music that is talking about, you know, just different things, but it was really teaching. And somehow we almost had a particular type of beat, you know. Do you think there's something that maybe went wrong when we went all these Ukabila stations or something that maybe needs to be worked on?
You look at musicians during that time, their lives are so pathetic. The poor,
Yes, they were very national and
But
they
they were
really
national.
taught us so much.
they had good message. Today their music is zilizopendwa. Tunaenda kwa baku kuja tukizisikiza, tunaenda tuweke rumba zilizopendwa hizo
Yeah.
kitambo.
But their own lives are
But the people who sang those songs, begin tracing them right now. You'll wish they never became musicians. You get the point?
yeah.
Even an artist who has just sang a usual song today is
Makes
living
more
better
money.
and makes more money
Yes.
than those used to sing those big messages that
So you feel we need to start by appreciating the people who brought
That's
that
it.
good message,
That's it.
so
We
that it
must
would encourage
appreciate.
the others.
We need to appreciate them and celebrate them in a special way. If one does not have a house, they should be built. Bungalows should be built for them.
You do agree they did a lot.
Of course,
Okay.
they did a lot. And you know, also as time changes,
Yes.
the things that happen in society also influences the kind of song people sing.
Yeah. If they feel dirty sells, dirty will go. I get
A
you.
lot of things happen they see on media, on TV,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that also influences the things they do.
Thank you so much, Engineer Woud Phoebe, for having time for us. It's been so amazing coming here on Impact. Oh, I'm just elated. And we are looking forward to see this new song. That is it a new song that is coming up on the 10th?
You just relax. Let's wait and see what happens.
I can imagine you doing a Baba song, Yani. And the way you're telling me, you've got Kikuyus and you've got all that. I am so looking
All I
forward to
can
that.
say it's gonna be lit, baby.
Wow. And it will be premiering on the 10th or 11th?
No, we've not yet decided,
Okay.
but we're performing
but-
live on the 10th.
Ah, beautiful.
And it'll be all over the TVs.
Wow. Thank you so much. At least we are the first ones to talk about it. So look
Yeah.
forward to that. It's going to be a beat song. He's already talked about that. And it's going to be great. My name is Millicent Aroka. Thank you so much for joining us on Impact on Aroka Media. We are here at the Point Mall. That is at Buruburu. You can always find us here. And of course, we are doing a great job. We'll be talking to more and more people who are impacting our lives in the country. Thank you so much.
Bless you.
Thank you.